Is it not of many pleasant qualities to be at last present in an outdoor environment within the premise of a visually admirable view? I agree. In addition, I have stored us a supply of various good tasting raw domestic fowl animals for the outdoor excursion. Expression of questioning. Expression of humorous understanding or joy. Expression of anger. Troublesome species within range of any of the numerous hymenopterous insects. Expression of sadness. Expression of interest or thought. The male organism appears to be in a state of discomfort regarding an unidentified topic. I as the subject am curious on what events will take place in the future relevant to this topic. Expression of sadness. The fact causes you to feel deep emotions of sorrow and misfortune, does it not? The fact that a strong disliking for things is often found with a third planet of the solar system. An infant fruit-eating bird possessing qualities of smallness. Have you during your experience within your lifespan thus far shown interest in questioning the topic of our existence in our places? What idea does everything mainly represent? You are clueless as far as any matters this idea regards. In addition, in all available areas your eyes are capable of gazing at merely only strong disliking is seen, as well as the pure absence of light, the action of being killed and unpleasant emotions warning the body of potential threats to the aid of your protection. However, you must be aware that these facts are not required to be truthful. For I respectfully possess a strong disliking for you, and you respectfully possess a strong disliking for me. Because despite our separate qualities that are unable to match, these are not meant to cause us to create rivalries, and we as a group can possess qualities of life within the satisfactory state of a pleasant set of chords. I am aware that you are unaware of my identity. Despite this, perhaps I am capable of grasping the ending part of your arm beyond your wrist. And within each other's company we may be able to comprehend the many factors relevant to high levels of affection. Expression of questioning. I am in a state of feeling the shaking or quivering of my body parts. Indeed, that is identified as high levels of affection, being who I have high levels of affection for, and the period in our time has come for me to educate you on all subjects regarding this matter. Expression of humorous understanding or joy. Does your brain ever give the idea that the period of your living time is against the rules you believe have been constructed, because all beings have a strong disliking for you and no beings show emotions of sympathy and understanding? Though if you proceed in my direction behind me, perhaps you will be able to envision the idea that high levels of affection are showing in all location. However, what phrase identifies the concept of this matter? Does it nest within the upper atmosphere? Negative. It identifies as an emotion a far distance within you. This is due to my stomach anticipating the digestion of food. Negative. You are in a state of lack of accompaniment from loved ones. I can deduce this conclusion based off the visual perception within your eyeballs. I am unable to comprehend this message. Do not fret or fear, you will within a short time period into the future. Join me to introduce you to those who I value. They possess knowledge within all subjects covering high affection. Proceed, merely extending directly upward from the current location of the arc of colors in the sky. Expression of surprise. Observe. The male organism is proceeding in the following direction. Perhaps it would be a vital choice to head his path, otherwise we will be stuck to the far side of him. Correct. However, there are various raw domestic fowl animals remaining. I would be pleased to digest the raw domestic fowl animals. I would in addition share the same thought. Let us engage in this activity and reject the previous one. In conclusion, this location is where we are in addition to the beings I value, and these beings possess high levels of affection regarding you, the entire group of them. Affirmative. We engage in the said activity. The said activity possesses truth. We as a group possess high levels of affection for you. And you possess high levels of affection for us as a group as well. I possess high levels of affection for you as well. Male organism possessing a coat of fur. Expression of humorous understanding or joy. Now do the backdammit. We have currently completed the action of digesting the raw domestic fowl animals. I myself am uncertain on what event to partake in. Perhaps it would be correct for the both of us to observe various portions of the land in search of the being with value to us. Is that not the typical action beings who care for each other normally perform? In addition, we have completed the action of digesting the raw domestic fowl animals. Awkward silence. The action of showing high levels of affection for one another is defined as trusting and having deep emotions for someone. To act with nice manners, as well as to distribute objects between two beings. I have high levels of affection for the one I care for, therefore I surround my arms around him in a comforting manner. I have constructed this for you due to my large quantity of affection regarding you. I have high levels of affection for the animal I own due to him being identified as a five-legged crustacean. I have high affection for the following wooden perennial plant, as well as the following outgrowth from the wooden perennial plant, as well as the following negative. The actions you are performing do not demonstrate the manner in which this must be performed. You are required to preserve your high affection for the one who is of utter importance to you. The one who is of utter importance to me? All living beings possess a being who is of utter importance to them, counting myself. However, I am in a state of lack of accompaniment from loved ones. Affirmative, this information is correct. However, I ask you do not show fear. You are currently in a state of uncertainty, though this is acceptable. Allow me to rephrase this statement in hopes of your understanding. The following tale surrounds the topic of Michael, a human who is more lonely than any others. The following tale surrounds the topic of Michael, a human who is known to be less visually appealing than any others. Visually unappealing, they labeled him as an abnormal life form, therefore he nested and took care of his life underneath the surface of the earth. He nested and took care of his life underneath the surface of the earth. He nested and took care of his life underneath the surface of the earth. Do you comprehend with your eyeballs? All living beings possess a being who is of utter importance to them. Counting the human known as Michael. The muscular organ pumping blood through your circulatory system rhythmically pulses with great force identical to that of a large percussion instrument, crying and shouting for the company of the one who is of utter importance to you. Therefore possess the ability to wait for long periods, and perhaps there exists a chance that the being who is of utter importance to you will proceed to travel to you. This male organism has been constructed for this female organism. In addition, this female organism has been constricted for this male organism. This procedure is how existence has worked for all time that exists. And it is a flawless matter. And it possesses purity and greatness. And it is guarded with the utilization of a circular object used to portray marriages. This is the method used to proceed with all matters regarding high levels of affection. Similar to the seed-bearing part of a plant surrounded by colorful petals, it increases in size and increases in size. And this matter is eternal. And it is eternal. And at this time we as a complete group honor our male leader. Expression of questioning. This being is identified with the title of Malcolm. This being is identified as the leader of the concept of high levels of affection. We are required to supply him with food for him to survive. We are required to supply him small pieces of rock to digest into his body. Otherwise he enters a state of hostility and displeasure. Expression of hunger. Small pieces of rock. And the current event is your opportunity to restart your life choices from a new perspective. And we merely only request you perform the following activities, such as altering the word used to identify yourself, and clear your organ used to construct thoughts. Clear the past information you thought to have previously understood. And so the muscular organ used to pump blood through your circulatory system is bound to locate its living space. In addition, the high levels of affection we possess will at no existing time leave its place. At this time apply the circular object used to portray marriages, and become one with the male leader, and you are at no existing time capable of being in a state of lack of accompaniment. Expression of yelling. Expression of understanding. There is your current location. The two of us have participated in the activity of searching for this location throughout the entire course of the time of lunchtime to evening. We as a pair apologize for the act of displeasing your emotions. However, gaze upon this. We carry towards you the final available oval object laid by a bird. In order to bring joy to you. I suppose this is to be due to our high levels of affection regarding you. The following object is for my gain. A man in relation to his natural child or children. Expression of anger. Troublesome species within range of any of the numerous hymenopterous insects,